play classical music? That is a good sign of a good tap. That's a greatly tapped thing. I don't always do it that well. You want to pat it in there and twist it with like 20 pounds of pressure exact. Or something like that. Here is my grinder situation. $35 on the Amazon 6 years ago. Same time I purchased this because I lived in Platte, South Dakota, where Starbucks is 4 hours of driving. Do you understand? Do you understand? No, actually, was there one in Mitchell? I don't even think so. Of course there was not one in Mitchell. You had to go all the way to Sioux Falls from Platte, which is a 2-hour drive and 2 hours home just to have Starbucks. Thank you. I'm just having a memory. Anyway, so I purchased these. This was $118 or $180, I'm not sure, off Amazon. $35. Together, at the same time, like 7 years ago. I have since moved to Sioux Falls, lived for 3 years. I've lived here for 3 to 4 years now. They still work fine and I use them every day. You don't see any other coffee makers in here, do you? No, you do not. And I drink coffee like a mofo. So, highly recommend this little investment. It is not a pod thing. It is an espresso machine. It's an eco-friendly situation. You saw what I did with my compost. I composted it. It's going straight out there to my cup. I added a little bit of white sugar. I am trying to make my latte sweet in unique ways. I have done raw honey, and I have done... No, I haven't, because it's got hot stuff in it. I do put this on other stuff, though. It's honey with chili peppers. Oh, and it's good. It's just a little spicy. We have another one that's like super hot. We have another one that is aged in a bourbon barrel. So it's supposed to be alcoholic-ishy, maybe, tasting? I don't know. And we have brown sugar that I've been working on, but it's just not doing it. It's got this weird flavor. So I put a little 2 teaspoons of the white sugar just sprinkled over the top and mixed it in. I do find that since white sugar is so addictive, I do end up drinking my coffee faster. So that's one good benefit. I don't waste this stuff when it's got the white sugar in it. Which is again because that shit's so addictive. I asked the child what he wants for breakfast. I said, do you want pancakes? Because I sort of want pancakes. He said, no, I want the what'd you say, traditional breakfast?
Normal breakfast.
I want the normal breakfast. I said, what the hell is a normal breakfast? If pancakes are not a normal breakfast, what's going to come out of your mouth next? Ramen. Ramen is evidently a normal breakfast. I'm going to show y'all something crazy. It's going to blow y'all's mind. When I was in elementary school, me and this girl named Amy used to do this. We would sing Vanilla Ice cover songs that we made up. And eat this out of the bag. A little dry ramen. It's almost like a potato chip. But it is quite cracker-like. Very crunchy. Almost like chow mein-ish. When I was little, I mean after that in school, I did this all the time. You don't have to cook it at all. You just put the sprinkles on it. Oh, I hope that the angle is good here. That's it. That's breakfast. Does that sound crazy to y'all? Have you ever eaten dry ramen? I highly recommend it. It is almost just like a seasoned chip at this point. Just to prove it can be done. It's really good. Okay, for my next performance in the kitchen, can we see the bowl? I'm taking this cutie and I'm going to put it in my water. I do love some citrus water. And I have found that these little cuties, I keep my citrus out on the counter. So sometimes it does get a little bit dry, but it maintains that citrus oil quality that I love. I do not like cold oranges. It's weird. It's like cold fruit in general. You just don't get the most flavor when you do that. Anyway, at the same time, it does mess with things when you leave them sitting on the counter for a couple months. Still nice and juicy. So what I do is I just put them in the water. And it gives a little bit of the essence of the orange into the water. And also, at the end of the drink, you eat the orange and it's a little bit more plumper. Look at all that juiciness. Good stuff. A little bit more compost stuff going in. Alright. Okay, so you gotta wipe off the thing right here that's got the vent where all of the coffee grinds go up through. They talk about cleaning your wand, but they don't talk about cleaning your vent. On and turn. Oh, got a little strong today. I usually don't turn it that far. Ooh, fierce. Homemade almond milk. That reminds me I need to make more. Get my almonds out. We're going to have an almond making party. Almond milk making. This is how easy it is to make coffee and almond milk at home. It's all about getting into the routine of it. I use 1 rice cup full. It's not a complete cup, I don't think. Feels like it's less than an actual cup. A little shy of one. A little shy of an actual cup, but it's a good amount for an almond milk in a quart. See, this is not 2 quarts like you would usually buy. That's a tip. Add a little salt. I like charcoal activated black salt. Mainly because it looks like pyramids. Also, because it's got charcoal in it and that's supposed to help clean stuff out. Let me show you a couple of these really cool pieces of salt. I'm going to get a couple out. I'm trying to not make as large of a cup of espresso and make a little bit more concentrated coffee flavor here. So I may stop there, but I may put another one in. I know it's not traditional. I do not care. Like, I'm drinking the coffee. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it the way my body tells me to do it. Not the way some commercial coffee maker trying to sell $1 of coffee does it. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, do you see these little crystallized pyramid? It is salt activated with charcoal that grows in the shape of pyramids. I've been working through it. And I guess they break down a little bit. You can't really see the good crystals that I had. Not crystals, pyramids. Ugh. There you go. Very cool. Add a little bit of that. And put it in the refrigerator. We'll stir. Leave it overnight for a couple days. Let's give it a little bit more espresso in the coffee situation. Alright. Putting these in here. Fresh almond milk tomorrow. Also, macaroni last night was a fail. I don't know, it just did not work out right. So I just left it there to deal with today. The noodles are gummy, the cheese tastes weird, and I put Parmesan crisps on top and it turned into like a cottage cheese looking thing and it was gross. Moses hated it. I made myself eat it, then I put some bacon bits in it and then I just quit. Okay. Now we're going to make our foamy top. Going with this mug only because, even though it has a chip where I need to drink out of it, which pisses me off, because it's big. It's the biggest, widest rim mug I got, and that's what. Okay, let's go steam up some espresso. It's very simple to do. Just whirl it around a little bit. I'm just saying, it's not a hard job. It's not going to be more than menial labor. Don't expect more money than someone who does menial labor. Goddamn. Coffee is talking to me this morning. Like, we should all get up in the morning and make our own cup of coffee. You get my drift here? If you get up and make your own cup of coffee, you're saving somebody's education and their life. Instead of forcing them to get that job because that's all that's available, they are forced to get a different job because that's not available anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, by making your own coffee, you are saving the life of a future potential barista who will end up as a bartender and probably an alcoholic or drug dealer. Maybe even a bud tender later on. Tender, 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 tender love and care. Because they're trying to do a good job and they're doing their job, but they need to step it up. We all should be making our own espressos at this point, at home. Not just for eco-friendly, not just, it's just peace of mind. It's just what we should be doing. Like, you wouldn't go to the store and ask for, well, you probably would. You would go to the store and ask for a bottle of water instead of just turning on the tap.